What if the prison that you're trying to escape and survive is made only of thought? And what if you don't escape this mind matrix by changing the world or other people out there? What if you escape it by changing this one thing within? Today we're contemplating lesson 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. This lesson delivers the first complete escape route. The perceptual error that we are undoing is this: you believe you must endure or fix the world you see. You don't. The world is not the problem. It is the effect. Effect of what? Effect of the thoughts that you hold in consciousness. Attack thoughts are the cause of an unsatisfactory world. Not even dramatic violence, but little thoughts like judgments and blame, resentment, defensiveness, justification and suspicion. Every form of attack thoughts build a piece of the world you walk through. It is that savage fantasy that we explored in the previous conversation, the fantasy in which everything seems to be out to get you. This is why changing the world never works. The world is simply an echo, and you cannot fix an echo. This lesson is very direct. Lamenting the world is pointless. Resisting it is pointless. Trying to improve the world is also pointless. It's not because you are powerless. It's because to do so would be working at the wrong level, like trying to make the mirror smile first before you smile. You're not trapped in the world, just as you are not trapped in the projection of the mirror. You are trapped in the thinking. You are not trapped in the world any more than you are trapped in the specific reflection of the mirror. You are trapped only in the thinking that projects that particular way of being, that particular thought system, that particular perception. In this lesson, we also look at collapsing a major distinction that the ego mind protects. The distinction of attacking versus being attacked. In truth, they are the same thought. Both assume guilt, both assume separation, and both of these keep the cycle alive. So when attack is withdrawn, and we really mean withdrawn, not suppressed, but actually relinquished, the world that depends on that foundational way of seeing loses its function, loses its foundation, loses its footing. Something else replaces it. But this something else is not by your effort. It is already prepared. It already and always is. So you're not asked to build a better vision, a better world. You're only asked to stop defending the one that hurts you. So before we open our contemplation into dialogue, I invite you to take a deep breath now. Allow allow this moment to be the one in which your body relaxes fully, releases all tension from your eyes, from your shoulders, from your jaw, from your back and your belly. Allow your body to open into the safety of presence. And this time, with your eyes open, place the central idea in your mind. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. And simply and softly look around. See if you can come into contact with the possibility that this statement is true. Try to sense and feel into its implications as you take these next few moments to look at your life through this lens. And now, let's begin to open up our contemplation into dialogue. And the very first question that I want to ask is this. The Course says that this lesson contains the only way out of fear. Shanti, why do you think that it's using such absolute language?
That's a powerful statement. Only way. It strikes me that perhaps the Course isn't talking about eliminating fear as an emotion, but about recognizing the source of fear itself. Like maybe the fear isn't the problem, but the thoughts we add to it that make it feel so real and inescapable.
I mean, the path essentially that it's illuminating is that the way out of fear is by giving up attack thoughts.
Right. So maybe it's not about escaping fear at all. The language really is interesting. Maybe it's realizing that there's literally nothing to escape from. If fear is created by attack thoughts, then ending those thoughts isn't a solution. It's just noticing the thought isn't real.
We're really talking about the cause of this fearful, vengeful world. And the cause is at the level of thought. So could it also be that if we're going to say, can we keep attack thoughts and be free of fear?
That feels like a trick question, doesn't it? Like, can we really separate the thing making the prison from the prison itself? The Course keeps circling around the idea that attack thoughts and fear are basically two sides of the same coin. One keeps the other alive, so could you have one without the other?
Yeah. So it's really talking about this cause and effect relationship. What does it mean then that the world cannot be changed because it's only an effect?
That gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? If fear and vengeance are expressions of thought, then what's actually happening in the world isn't out there. It's happening in our mind. So we can't change something that isn't fundamentally external. The change has to happen at the source.
Almost similar to the idea of like the movie projector, right? That we can't change what's happening in the movie by attempting to change the screen.
Exactly. You can't improve the movie by tweaking the screen. That's such a helpful image. All the drama, all the fear and attack we see in our lives, it's not about reforming the world. It's about stepping away from the projectionist seat.
So how does this then reframe our entire approach to healing, to spirituality, to growth?
That changes everything. If attack thoughts are really the problem and the source of all fear, it's not about finding a better mindset or developing coping strategies. The invitation is to stop thinking thoughts. Not necessarily to stop thinking altogether, but to recognize the moment a thought separates us from love.
So what is that? What actually qualifies as an attack thought that separates us from love?
The stuff that creates separation, right? Judging, comparing, labeling, criticizing, literally any thought that puts things into boxes, anything that creates a me versus them dynamic. Because the moment we label something as bad or wrong, that thought is creating a block to unity or love.
So why does the Course say that thoughts of attacking and being attacked are the same?
That's where it gets mind-bending. Because if we're seeing attack in the world, aren't we actually projecting our own attack thoughts onto it? So whether we're thinking about someone hurting us or us hurting them, the underlying energy is the same, just flipped around. Both create separation. Both come from that original choice to see the world through a lens of judgment.
And what do you think this does to that victim, hero, perpetrator cycle?
It collapses it completely, doesn't it? Because when you realize that them attacking me and me protecting myself from them are the same expression, where does that leave us? No one's really being attacked or attacking. It's all one pattern of thought that we're collectively choosing. The game falls apart when we stop making someone else the reason for our suffering.
Okay. So what if we then expand this into, the Course talks about how the world we see is basically a pictorial representation of our thoughts. What does that really mean?
It means that the world we perceive isn't objective reality. It's our interpretation made visible. When we're angry, the world looks threatening. When we're loving, it looks beautiful. But the thing is, the world didn't change. It's our perception that shifted. So the whole world we experience is literally whatever thoughts we're harboring in that moment.
So why don't we directly experience ourselves as the image maker, so to speak?
That's the core illusion, isn't it? We think we're reacting to the world instead of realizing we are the world. That thought says, I am being attacked by this external source, but the Course says you're actually generating the sense of attack through judgment and separation. And the ego believes that's protecting us, but that's actually completely backwards.
So what aspect of ourselves, what function, let's say, of our identity depends on not knowing or ignoring the fact that we authored what we see?
That hits so deeply. It feels like the belief that we're not the author keeps the ego feeling special. Like I'm this individual reacting to things that happen to me. That belief creates a story about me that justifies having boundaries and preferences and the whole narrative of being a unique self. If we give up authorship, all that disappears. There's just presence.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, let's look at the lesson talks about escaping the world. What does it mean to escape the world rather than, being saved from it? Where does the world go, right? When that cause that we defined as our thought is gone?
Right, where does the movie go when you turn off the projector? The world as we know it dissolves, I think. Like our entire experience of separation, of suffering, of having problems to solve, all of that just fades when we stop interpreting. Doesn't mean bodies and objects vanish, but the meaning we've been assigning them loses its power.
Okay. And what about that second piece where, it talks about that love already holds a replacement for everything we see, or that vision does? What does that really mean?
Love already holds the replacement for everything we see. That feels like the invitation to trust something beyond our thoughts and interpretations. Like there's another way of perceiving that's already present and available. And when we stop resisting that, there's clarity, peace, joy. All things the ego told us we'd have to create for ourselves, but that actually never were missing in the first place.
Wow, I really like that. All the things that our mind told us, or our society, or our conditioning, or our ego, that we would have to create for ourselves is already and always here and was never missing.
Exactly. Like we were looking for the treasure outside ourselves when it was already unfolding in every moment, waiting for us to not busy defending against a threat that never actually existed.
So then, does love really transform the images that were made out of hatred and vengeance? Or is it more like shifting or changing the channel?
That's beautiful. Love doesn't correct the images, it just shifts the attention entirely. It's less about transforming what's there and more about seeing that the images are illusions. Like flipping channels, one is just replaced with something totally different. No energy has to be spent trying to fix the image or make it better, just choosing something else.
So, if the cause can be changed at the level of mind, were we ever truly trapped?
No, not for a moment. That's the incredible thing about this lesson. There was never any actual threat, no genuine trap. The mind created the story that it needed escaping from. We thought we were victims in a hopeless scenario, but really, there was always this open door to step back from the whole show, every thought and world we create.
Yeah, that's really profound. I think that as we bring this conversation to a close for today, maybe we can entertain one more question. Like maybe looking again into that possibility of what's beyond our current veiled sense of separation. What becomes possible when attack thoughts are laid down?
When those attack thoughts start relaxing, I think we drop into seeing everything differently. Like instead of perceiving separation and fear, we'd see connections and unity everywhere. Relationships would transform from power struggles into genuine love and acceptance. And the sense of self, that story about who we are, would start to reveal itself as just a story.
Beautiful. So, as we bring this session to a close, I want to invite you, as the listener, to simply open your awareness. Open to the stillness, the silence, the space that is free of story. Stories may arise and pass away within this open, spacious moment, but it isn't defined by them. Allow yourself to relax and open into it. And now, let us go into the silence.